That's not right. I'm gonna get rid of that. Yay, problems that I accidentally created. But anyway, welcome back for the last bit here. That's back better. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So, the Great Lord Cockroach is hopefully going to protect you from the influence of Nefertiti. Theoretically.
Hopefully.
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 I believe in the Great Lord Cockroach.
So,
Yep.
you will be once again then later on, after probably a good number of hours past. You're just left sitting there for quite a number of hours before you're led back in to the throne room of Nefertiti. Once again, you do find yourselves quite in awe of her. That's not what Great Lord Cockroach is caring about right now. There are worse things he's trying to protect you against.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marie, I thank that you were able to join me so quickly. I apologize of this trouble, but apparently these folks here are looking for your elsewhere sire, as I said. So, you are the Americans that want to find Beckett. You are not the only ones. Why do you seek him?
Let me look at my notes again.
Didn't he have like a cup or a spoon or something?
No.
He doesn't have a cup.
Hmm?
He didn't have the cup, but he might know about them, kind of thing.
Right.
Or spoons. You may know about spoons.
It's like utensils or something.
It seems he might have information that we're looking for, and depending on how he feels, it might be difficult to extract that information. But excessive measures would certainly be worth using. Suppose would make them not excessive.
Well, I would like to see him suffer some more. It is always enjoyable to see him suffer. Eventually I will end it. When he has suffered enough. Perhaps in 100, 200 years. Last time I tried to trap him, he managed to escape me. But maybe with your help I can have a gift. He is vilely that fun.
Mm-hmm. We make excellent bait.
I am not against trading information for help in this case. You were right about them, my queen Nefertiti. They are helpful. I thank you for setting them up with me. Come, let us go to your abode. We will look into your helpfulness. And if not, I will kill you.
That's kind of what I expected.
Alright, you'll head back to
Like
your place. You'll have to let me know how things go.
Of course.
Try not to kill that one. I like his looks. Pointing to you, Nathan.
Yeah, well, I'm old.
Look, she has plenty of man candy. She needs, she needs a little bit of extra things on the side. You're not that old.
You're still younger than her.
Well, but I look old is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know, at her age, she can kind of see past that, I suppose.
She's like ridiculously old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was only 18 when she was embraced, though, so she's eternally 18 years old.
Yeah, well, if I wanted to get rid of Nathan, that'd be a solid way to go.
He'd live out his days happily.
He'd look
By
good
hook
in
or
the
by crook.
He'd look good in one of those like Egyptian man, but like servant boy outfits. Like
That old, like 50-year-old guy. Oh man. All right.
All right.
Lovely.
You're back outside the museum with the new friend.
Yep. Awesome. Oh,
She is armed with weapons that are very obvious, we'll put it that way. Well, where is your vehicle? Wir are going. Mach schnell. Foolish American.
Mach schnell. That's the word I needed. Trying to get somebody to hurry up, but I just said schnell. I'll text Brian to bring around the car. We'll have our chauffeur bring it up.
Okay.
Then I'll drive.
Okay.
By the way, do you happen to know Melita Wallenberg?
The Nosferatu lady.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What of it?
We heard that she knew you, and we have something from the States we were asked to hand to her when we got here.
I thought you gave it to her child. I said his name at the beginning of the session. And
Ellison.
Ellison.
I thought we weren't supposed to give it to him. We were supposed to give it to her, which is why we were trying to find her. And she knew Marie.
No, we were supposed to give it to the Nosferatu. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That was part of the deal. We gave it it was the Nosferatu people from New York. Is that where we were from?
Fang.
Yeah, New York, and give it to the Nosferatu people in Germany.
Yeah.
So we did that first.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You're well taken
they
care
said-
of, probably.
Yeah, they said Melissa. They said they'd give it to Melissa.
Is it
we ended
Melissa
the-
or Melita?
Melinta.
There's
I think.
Melita, which is the one we met, but Melissa was the one who wanted the package. But Melita said they gave it to Melissa.
What? No, Ellison is the one we met.
Hold on, let me check my notes.
Oh, you've confused the storyteller. I'm like, I thought you resolved this, but then maybe I've missed something.
We definitely did. We definitely gave it to Melita because Melita was give it to the person who we needed to give it to.
I thought you had to
But
give it to
I've written-
Melita.
Yeah, we had to give it to Melita. And Ellison is the front for her.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do I have... Who's Melissa and why do I have her written down on my sheet?
I don't know.
And there wasn't a Melissa, correct? Candace?
I'm finding out now.
Wait, did you say
confused.
what was the front
Ellison.
for Ellison? Maybe I heard Elissa or something, and maybe
That could
that's
be.
where I got like Millicent or something. Maybe I misheard
Okay,
it, and maybe that's
I've
why I have it
discovered there
written.
are 2 Melissas in Vampire. Oh no. One of them is an actual character, the other's an editor for Vampire from the 2000s.
Okay.
There we go. There is a gangrel named Melissa, but she lives in Washington,
Anyway.
D.C. So not helpful to
Yeah.
whatever you're
No,
doing.
okay, again, I have written down that Melissa was with Melita, and it must have been Elissa. or something.
Ellison.
And I must have just gotten that wrong. And that's why my notes are weird and confusing. So I'm gonna just change it to Ellison and assume that's what it was.
Okay.
That was probably my bad.
No, it's fine. It's all on fire. It's the best kind of fire. Notes. My notes are not great either, so I can't complain too much. As I don't have them in an order, which I should. That's why it sometimes takes me a minute, because I'm like, where in my notes did I write that down? Anyway.
Yeah, I'll be honest, mine are really bad as well, because they're basically just, like, commas separating. It's just a list with a bunch of commas separating everything.
Sounds about right. Anyway, so... Yes, what is... So, you take her back to your place, I guess?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Unless we want to get a different place and say that's where...
I mean, we can just leave after today.
Sure.
Can we, though?
Eh,
We'll see.
yeah.
See, I mean, the only thing we have to worry about is her killing us in her sleep, but I'm an early riser, and... No.
I'm a deep sleeper. I'll sleep all the way through it. Like, there's no me waking up. I'll suffer. Yeah. There'll be no
Trying to
suffering for me.
remember. Ah,
Just over.
Francisco was the one in Atlanta or DC. Okay. Sorry. Got it. All right. I'm caught up on my notes again, sort of.
All right, then. So you make it back.
Driving back home.
Driving back home.
Yep.
Probably at least once she'll get angry at Ryan, who's the driver, and pull a knife on him. And
No,
things...
I specifically said I'll drive.
Oh, you'll drive. Oh, then she'll pull a knife on you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hurry it up. You are very slow at the driving, American.
All right, I will speed up. Do I need to roll for that?
Sure. Dex car? What was it?
Dex drive?
Dex drive. There it is. I'm like trying to think of what the hell it was for a second. I'm like, is it the car skill? No, it's drive. Okay, yeah. You managed to speed as best you can with avoiding kind of like a lot of the traffic and stuff.
Excellent.
And then you get home.
Woohoo!
So, inside now. We will talk about your plan.
Indeed. In we go.
She'll sit down and you're effectively in your living room and just kind of sit there.
All right. Our plan was to find you, as we do not know enough about your sire to effectively hunt him or torture him.
He's always looking for books and objects of the past. There was a book that he was looking for that he did end up getting eventually. Of course, he also got a wooden stake through it and his own heart. I'd hoped that...
Was that you?
I was hoping it would leave him incapacitated long enough for me to arrange things with him. But, unfortunately, apparently, I did not stick it in deep enough with the book.
All right. So,
So if you have some kind of item that would attract his attention, perhaps I know of ways that we can send out feels into that world, the way I did before. He might be looking specifically for me to do it, so I could introduce you to a few that would allow you to do it. Leave myself as hands off.
Let's see. We could put it about that we are searching for a references on an old tablet. We've had trouble understanding what language is it, what language it is in. But I have a picture on my phone that we could crop down to give veracity to our state.
We would have to use some context within. It would be tough to use exactly. But we could use some context in the archaeological world to put it out. But it would be a slow going to just have this thing, and we would have to get lucky that he would see it and arrange for it. We might catch other flies that we are not seeking right now. That is the only danger of using something like this. Especially since you do not know what it is.
Fair enough. As the information we're looking for him regards the Book of Nod, we could perhaps indicate that this tablet is associated with the book.
Well,
Remind me what we're looking for again. It's been a couple weeks.
So I'm trying to remember, did we actually get the tablet translated?
Oh,
yes, we did.
yes, you did.
It talks about Jabal.
Yes. It speaks of Jabal. It doesn't give you any information that was confirmable, basically, about the past. It's just the rumors about the character of Jabal. It just kind of fills the same role of continuing it about it. It does seem to provide a little bit more information about the person's character himself, but that's like saying, like, oh, Nefertiti. You know a little bit about her history, back in the day. When she was an early vampire. You think? Maybe? You're not sure what position in his life it was.
Okay, but we can... So would the tablet be interesting to Victor? Or not Victor. Where is it? Beckett. Right?
Beckett.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it is of Nodist origin. I've learned a thing or two when understanding your quarry. And it is, you say, did you actually know what is on here?
We were able to understand bits and pieces of it. It appears to reference the first Google.
That might be enough to lure him in, but we will have to be careful. Putting out an object like this, we would have to arrange for maybe an auction of it. Yes, an auction. That might be able to lure him out. It would give enough time, but bring others. And we would also be able to place I would be able to place some of my own allies in an area. he might know that I would be lured out too if I saw this, so he might be prepared for me directly. But we can use you to get him. Yes, this might work. Alright, so I will leave the planning of the and location of this auction to you. If you have transport, I will be willing to go with you. You will have to arrange for a place for me to stay, yeah?
Of course.
Excellent.
On your own, I assume?
Yes. I will have to pick up a few things before we go, though. And I would like to leave as soon as possible. I understand it's later on in the night than it is. So I will return tomorrow evening, if you arrange for our transportation to wherever you want. Figure out where this is. I will send you some information of how you can put out the information on this auction. In places that folks like mine Saya will be able to see it and be lured in. But Vivant, you will have to counter security yourselves. This might bring more dangers than you're ready for. Beyond mine Saya. And, though they will keep each other in check mostly. I do worry that you'll have to be on the lookout for the dangers.
Yes. Makes sense.
Well, I will leave you to continue the planning. I will get the information to you and prepare myself and be back tomorrow.
Excellent.
You, sir. Give me a ride. He's pointing to you, Emil.
Very well.
She'll have you drive her somewhere and drop her off.
Okay.
And she'll walk off after that. So. What's your plan? You've been given a suggestion.
Yup.
To lure him in. But the thing is, you also now know it will lure in probably other Nautists and other people more interested in it.
Yep.
The information, she will basically...
I'm really tempted to suggest some really, really bad ideas.
The things we'll tell you is you're basically going to have to let people know that the only parts of it that have translated mention that it talks about Jabal. It is of Nautist origin, but the way that she talks about you have to do it is you have to kind of do it subtly because this is going to be technically a public thing. So there might be mortals in the crowd, basically.
Not if we make it a very exclusive event.
In the middle of the night.
You still might have to worry about there might
Yeah.
be some people in the mortal world, like probably underworld people in the mortal world.
I'm talking invite only.
Yeah.
Ah.
Ooh. I like this.
So how you go about like that someone can get an invite though?
Well, they would have to make a sizable donation to, I haven't figured that out yet, and in return, they will be wined and dined at someplace. I haven't figured that out yet either.
Mm-hmm.
And be able to take part in this very exclusive auction.
So how long?
I assume this involves my character creating a website.
Probably. Probably. Well,
nope.
it probably
Doesn't need to.
You're probably going to be doing special forums and places like that where you're going to be putting you're going to be given information on where to kind of spread the word where people that like Beckett would be looking for archaeological items that are under mortal care that are maybe not for normal humans and stuff. It's things that people might say is Egyptian or Mesopotamian, but is really a kindred artifact from the first or the second city.
I don't know why I'm now just picturing we get a werewolf who collects vampire relics.
Oh man. So one of my really bad ideas is to ask is to like officially, formally ask Pentex to allow us to use one of their new locations for this job.
So you're going to go to Pentex, because you know that the part...
No. So, not going to, that's an idea.
Oh. Well, because you know that only a branch of Pentax is working with the Kai Institute. And there's probably investments within it. You know, just like there's investments with the only one branch of the technocrats technically involved in the Kai Institute. There might be others in the company that know about the involvement, but, you know, it's like a subsidiary of Disney made a deal with someone kind of thing. It's still under Disney, but it's the subsidiary of them that's really like making the deals and stuff. It's
so
indirect.
is Pentex the subsidiary, or is the Kai Institute the subsidiary?
The Kai Institute is working with the subsidiary.
Of Pentex?
Yes. It's like one branch of them.
Okay.
Same with the technocrats.
Also, if we are going to do an auction, we might want to get a couple of items.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You do have like a main item in the thing, but you could try to get a couple more.
Well, we also have potentially the knife.
Mm-hmm.
We also have ooh, we could call our good buddy Dracula. I mean, Mr.
Totally
Cromwell.
not Dracula.
Totally not Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
And see if he would like to have some donations given to the museum that he's a part of.
You probably have a couple other people that you could try to call in favors for.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd be back in London.
Do you want to have the auction
And-
in London?
I mean, that's a possibility. There was also a
I
Pentex
personally
subsidiary
think
there.
that we should go somewhere other than Germany, personally.
Oh, hell yes. Somewhere not Germany.
But
Fuck
do you-
Germany. I'm
but do you-
done with Germany.
But do you want to go to New York? You have like a small list of cities that are probably okay. That are major.
Yeah.
You know what?
Not Berlin.
Okay, Ryan will suggest, how about Paris? We haven't had any stories of being there. It's a pretty major city.
I'd rather stay out of Europe, as Europe is apparently a big hotbed of craziness. So I'd rather have it somewhere a little bit more discreet.
If we wait until Brexit, we can go to London.
Yeah, when is that happening again?
Eventually.
Yeah, maybe one day. Hopefully never, but you know.
At the same time, Samuel's coming back.
Yeah.
You could go,
Anyway.
you could go Asia, like
Ooh.
Tokyo, or Beijing.
I don't want to go.
Like
So
to go
I
to
think
Tokyo.
I think we should do. I think
Tokyo
we
is the
should
only
do
one I would
Europe, though.
recommend, because Tokyo is on the cusps between Western and Eastern a lot, so it's got a
Yeah.
lot less of the folks that live there. Not that they aren't there.
Yeah, Tokyo is very westernized, so
Yep.
it's
Or-
generally wouldn't be too hard.
Australia.
You could go Australia. Sydney's very nice.
It's very out of the way for a lot of people generally. I think
Someone
we
might
should
freak
remain
out
in
at
Europe
that.
since I think
But
we
the
should.
things that are poisonous aren't
hunting,
gonna kill you.
hunting in. I may have to go on a hunting trip
What's
if
that?
we go to Australia.
Just come back
What?
with a kangaroo.
What?
Why?
Come back with a kangaroo on the shoulder.
He wants to hunt stuff. It's his character. He's a hunter.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a programmer and a hunter. It's two very opposite things, but that's my character.
what about something like Guatemala or Puerto Rico? That would be way less expensive.
I'm just imagining your character is now just primitive technology but vampire.
Yeah, someone get out a typewriter. Write this down.
But yeah, Europe tends to be a hotbed of a lot of people who are trying to collect things. Tokyo might be the next best place, but I think it should be Europe or Tokyo. America's a little bit less...
I understand that, but I'm specifically talking about how the prince told us that in Europe there's a lot of people cracking down on supernatural events, and an auction for supernatural events seems like it would get hit.
If they know about it.
If they're watching for supernatural things, and all of a sudden a bunch of supernatural things show up, and weird stuff starts happening, they're going to look for where it's going, and it's all going to end up at this auction.
Very well.
What about Hawaii?
Ooh.
Hawaii's pretty nice. It's definitely out of the way, a little exotic. Probably like the... There's definitely, because, again, you're going to attract high rollers in a lot of supernatural communities. If you put something like this out, you might. So you might... And since you do want to actually have it look like a normal auction, yeah.
It has to be an event rather than just an auction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
which is also
yeah.
why we're asking for the donations.
Yeah.
Ooh, do I get a new dress?
Of course.
Okay.
You can have a dress too if you'd like, Emilia. Or a suit.
better.
A kilt?
Ooh.
Well, no, I'm saying suit is
Bondage gear? Isn't that what we already got you for the golf club?
a suit will be fine.
Spandex. Got it. We're going to take you to a tailor. Don't get your panties in a jam. Whatever that phrase is. Tangled. I'm hungry. Shut up. All right. So, Hawaii, sound good?
Guess that works.
All right, so you're planning an event in Hawaii for supernatural creatures that will involve an auction, and is sure enough to use the tablet and the kind of setting to lure Beckett in with the hopes of at least getting the information out for him, maybe helping Marie out. I don't know how much you actually want to try to help her.
Whatever goes best.
Gotcha.
Because you know what? Maybe Aristotle de Laurent is going to show up there.
You could kill two birds with one stone if you set it up right. Gotcha. All right. So where are you going now with Marie? Are you planning on heading back to New York right now?
I'm thinking New York because, like, my company can help set things up. My company. And since we recently made a donation to the London Museum, or Oxford Museum? What was it? I don't remember which college it was. The one that Dracula or Alistair supports.
Yes.
Because we made a sizable donation there for their special thing so that Dawn and I could go and bump elbows.
Yeah, it's like the University of London.
Something like
their
that.
Museum. It's a university museum, so it's not big yet, but it's been growing, and it's been growing because of donations from him. Yes. And your donations helped out too.
Yeah. So, I'll have them distract Marie while I go try and get a hold of good old Fieldings.
Yep. Okay. Hi. Yes. Hello. I have to remember Fielding's voice. I think it just horribly nervous.
Yes.
horribly nervous.
How good it is to hear from you again. Unexpected to hear from you again. I thought that after the matter was settled with my employer, you would be all right, and we wouldn't be speaking again, and I wouldn't be going any globe-treading business for a while, at least.
What sorts of locales do you like?
Being at home. Anyway, what is it that you require? That you're contacting me?
I was hoping to work together with your employer and in supporting the Museum of London, or of the University of London.
We do have much support of the university and its museum. What exactly are you looking into with our connections there?
Well, in the interest of continuing the general direction of our goals, when they aligned with your masters, we're hoping to have a gathering of those interested in similar historical artifacts and documents.
I will have to discuss this with my employer and see what he would be, if he'd be interested in it.
Of course. I give him the general idea.
Okay.
You know, an auction event in Hawaii to celebrate, something about the Museum of the University of London.
So, people would see it on the surface. It would be something about the Museum of London. It would be late night invite only, so special names would kind of be coming in. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he would also probably be helpful in helping us figure out which people are mortal researchers and historians and which ones are not.
Okay. No. Okay. I'll speak to him and let you know.
Much appreciated. And the proceeds, of course, would all go to the museum.
Of course. All right. So, are you doing anything else right today? He'll call you back. My employer is quite busy at the moment with some other business, but I will inform him. It might be what time zone are you in currently? Are you still in New York?
Yes.
Then I shall call early evening New York time then.
Appreciated. Thank you very much, Fieldings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I assume then you're actually planning on flying back to... Is this after you got back to New York? Or the same day?
Well, you said we'd gotten back to New York.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, I'm assuming we're back in New York.
There for a while. So, yeah, where did you set up Marie? Anywhere in particular?
Would we have brought Marie? She'd come along?
She came along with 4 crates.
Okay. It just was either she came along now. And
she came along with you right away.
Or she's coming to Hawaii when the thing's ready.
Oh, she's coming right away.
Got it. Just wanted to know.
All right.
Where are you setting her up at?
I mean, what's a nice hotel in New York?
Insert name here.
Well, we're going to set her up at the insert name here.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's a...
So, you set her up there.
Yep. Take her to introduce her to Helena.
Mm-hmm. Of course. She'll be actually surprisingly polite to Helena, but everybody gets the sense that she's she's not the kind that normally goes for being introduced at a place. Let me put it that way. She's just not normally working with the Camarilla.
Fair enough. She's probably usually hunting whatever she feels like hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that'll be fun.
But she wants a place to keep her crates too, because she doesn't think it would be appropriate in the nice hotel you're putting up in.
Would you be opposed to storing them in my gym?
She'll take a number of things out them, and of course you can see as she opens them up, they are filled with various types of horrible weapons and implements of torment that you don't understand many of them.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent. That's fan-friggin-tastic.
Probably a bunch of it's stuff that a vampire hunter would have too.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine.
Yep. And
awesome.
not the silly kind of vampire hunter that believes all the mythologies. An actual vampire that's become a vampire hunter, so knows all the truths, and therefore is so much better at hunting vampires.
Mm-hmm.
She is real good at killing you guys. And modern technology, too. Oh, boy. So, yeah. Alright, is there anybody else you want to contact, then? Other than, Mr. Cromwell?
I'm waiting to see if Mrs. Cromwell finally texts me back.
Mrs. Cromwell will text you back. She will basically say, like, what's the message you want to send?
Oh, I'm basically just gonna be like, hey, we're doing this thing. You gonna come? You gonna visit?
If she's like, if Alistair decides to come, I will definitely come along.
I'm gonna send her a winky face in reply.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Dawn is really smooth.
Mm-hmm. Very smooth. Anybody else you want to try to reach out to? Any of your other contacts, I should say. Your friends and associates.
Ryan, do you recall whether... can you ask the Great Lord Cockroach whether his aid was successful?
Oh, yeah. Give me a second here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So he was able to minimize the effects of what was going on, and hopefully, if we give it some time, what was left over in your brain will kind of fade away on its own.
All right.
Since we left Germany pretty quickly, you should be okay. You're only partially a mind slave.
All right. Well, please.
Don't worry,
overtime?
he'll maybe give you some scrubbing out in there for a little bit. Don't worry. If you forget anything about last Tuesday, that just happens sometimes.
What happened last Tuesday?
Exactly.
Were we in Germany on Tuesday?
Well, we were there on Monday, we were there on Wednesday.
Okay, so we were almost certainly there on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, no, I should probably tell you what actually happened on Tuesday, since neither of you remember it, or none of you remember it. We were technically not in Germany for a little bit. It was a crazy kind of thing. Don't worry, you guys had a great time. Luxembourg is really nice.
Oh.
Isn't that in Brussels? Or is Brussels in Luxembourg? I'm terrible at world geography.
I said we should visit Liechtenstein while we're there. It's a very tiny little country down there, and it was really neat. It's like a city, and it's a country. But no.
Liechtenstein has a castle, doesn't it?
Something like that. But you guys were saying next time, so we'll worry about it next time.
Okay. Ah, Luxembourg is a small country surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany. Okay.
Yeah, Luxembourg is south of Belgium and in between France, Germany, and Belgium. So it's like you can traverse through Luxembourg to get to Germany too.
Brussels, the capital of Belgium. That's
Yes.
the one I was thinking. Okay. Sorry, I had to look that up. All right. So we went to Luxembourg. Great. Was it just the four of us, five of us with Great Lord Cockroach?
Oh yeah, don't worry. If it comes up again, I'll let you know about it. It wasn't too important.
Okay.
If you're
there
looking
were
for
no
someone,
babies, live tigers, or
oh no.
weddings involved, right?
If you're looking for someone on another front, I can talk to Walks on Earth and see if he knows anybody that'd be interested in buying stuff. There are a couple of them. Those
right. Trods the ground, walks the earth. Yes.
Yeah, he
I
might be able to contact some of the others. Good old Sebastian might be interested in that kind of thing. You know, them glasswalkers get involved in stuff.
Which one did we like better? I don't recall.
I think you liked the Walks better because he had you talk with Great Lord Cockroach.
Oh yeah, we tripped bulls for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked him more.
Yes, but he can talk to Sebastian because I don't think you guys would like to talk to him again, right?
Probably not. Yes.
Who else you got to talk to then?
Well, suppose if there's any way we can find Federico, might be able to convince him to run interference for us in return for us providing significant aid in finding Francisco.
Well, if Francisco's got one of them, what's he got that you want?
The cup.
Well, if you got a cup too, maybe if you put a picture of it up in your advertisements, don't actually put it up in the auction, maybe it'll attract them. And then you could convince your friend you're talking about coming along too.
Indeed.
Should you talk to that nice lady that was with you when I met you?
Probably once we have more of a plan.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it off here when we
Let's
got a new plan. You're gonna have an auction and try. I guess you're gonna try to combine all of your last things you have to do in one thing. Get Beckett and maybe lure the guy that has the second chalice in.
We
At
should
one point
visit
where
our
you guys are
weapons
like
lab.
calling yeah. Also at one point while you guys are making calls and doing stuff, I invite you out for a hunting trip. Just
Well, that'd be
because
What
my
are we
character
hunting?
doesn't have anything. What, deer, whatever you want. I don't know what's hunting season in New York.
Hunting for me is essentially
Paying
breakfast,
women.
lunch, and dinner, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Well, on that note, thanks everyone who joined us today. It went interestingly. They managed to avoid getting to be Nefertiti's slaves and or their hearts removed and getting them under her,
And
purview.
also horrible death from telling her about a certain person that we know.
Yes, you managed to only spread certain information that she could use for very horrible reasons.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got her interest in the Kai Institute. That's good. You let her know about the Tremere. That's bad. You let her know that, like, you interfered with an antediluvian. That's probably bad. So there's a lot of bads and goods about that entire conversation. We'll see how that balances out.
I'm just glad I didn't I'm just glad I didn't have to speak
You probably would have informed her about everything that happened in Germany.
I would have informed her about,
The swords, the cups.
No, my character has no idea about any of that. You literally have told them barely any information. I was literally told by, and I was literally told by, you know,
That's right, the last time
head
we
of,
used the sword.
the head of New York to help you guys out. And that's why I'm, like, helping you guys. You have told me nothing. You said we're getting, like, silverware or something like that.
But anyway,
So, out of game, totally apologize for keeping your character in the dark. In game, best decision ever.
well, I mean, like, you know,
No, I'll be honest. The only things that could have had a problem with me is revealing my backstory.
yeah.
I have some stuff there.
I mean, it would have been bad for you personally, but that's about it.
yeah,
But
but
Nathan caught her attention with what was talking about it, you know, and that helped you. So
yeah. No, there was, like, when it comes to, like, what we're doing, there's nothing I could have spilled. The only thing I could have talked about is the zoo. And you already said most of it.
Yeah. I tried to play into that. Did I do okay?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Didn't mention our lifetime passes, though. That would have really hooked her in. Nefertiti
Well, I
gets
mean-
a lifetime pass to the zoo.
She couldn't have used yours.
It's true. I mean, it doesn't have, like, photo ID on it. It's just a pass. You know?
Yeah, but the... Anyway.
yes, we'll keep going on. You know, there's still a lot to do to prepare for this event, and it sounds like it's gonna be a crazy one, and I'm already happy about this.
Shit.
Oh, if Dawn's sword is ready, she can have, like, a sword pocket in her new dress.
It's just like
She recently watched Wonder Woman or some shit, and she's like, put it in the back of her dress.
He's somehow made it like one of those extendable batons, except each part is really sharp.
it's like it's extendo sword. It's really good for slashing. Don't poke too much with it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can. You'll just have to flick it out again.
Anyway,
Just
anyway.
expect together.
So, why don't we go around and say who you are, where to find you and stuff? Because I think I forgot to, like, have us do stuff at the beginning, but I forget a lot of things, and the entire internet issue got me way out of mind. So, hey, Jess.
It's me, Bubblegum Viking. Twitch, Twitter, and not YouTube, because I'm the worst. I'm probably doing something. I played Resident Evil on Sunday for the first time in weeks because my head wasn't killing me. So that was a thing.
Advantage.
That's Resident Evil 5 is definitely a game.
It's at least not 6.
Oh, that one's next.
I'll be honest, I actually quite enjoyed 5.
I did too.
Oh, I'm
it's
having a great time.
It's not like it basically, it's a fun game, it's just not horror, which is why a lot of people didn't like it.
it's fun action.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because probably like the first chapter is horror-ish, and then it just devolves from there.
And if you play with someone, it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
Yep.
and it is a lot of fun to play with someone. Yeah. That's...
Yep. Carpe.
And speaking of horror-ish,
Yeah. Carpe.
I am the Carpe Diem. You can find me on Twitter and mostly here, but occasionally on Twitch and also sort of on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Sort of counts for something.
Sort of counts for something.
And of course, then we go to Worm.
I'm Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm. I need to... I'll stream eventually. Just waiting for my schedule to kind of, like, be more clear before I try and find a schedule. Sorry, maybe I should rephrase that. I'm waiting for my schedule to become scheduled before I try to make a schedule.
Yes. And of course, I am your storyteller. That's now Dracovin. I'm I'm actually pretty daily nowadays back again. I'm not doing a lot, but like if you want to stop by for big stuff, it's going to be 7 days with everybody on Friday evening. We should still have discussing tabletop this Saturday, I think. Should be. I'm doing something for Small Business Saturday, but I don't know the timing of that, so I don't know if we're going to cancel discussing tabletop or not. Because if we do, it would be 2 weeks off. But, you know, if we have 2 weeks off, because I think PAX Unplugged is the next weekend. And then Sunday should be Grinding Gears, because we've rescheduled it. Because it's also a lot better for us to be on the other 2-week schedule. Apparently. Mixes PAX and stuff.
Doing anything fun for Thanksgiving?
I'm probably going to go to my grandmother's and enjoy that. I know it'll be with my niece and my father. And I don't know if my mom's going to feel like traveling and coming along. If not, she'll probably go to see my aunt, which is a lot closer, with my brother. If she does, whatever, we'll split up. But, you know, we'll split up. And then I probably will stream a little bit tomorrow and Friday of some more 7 days on my own, just because I'm having a fun time just going out and doing stupid stuff and fighting zombies. With a sledgehammer.
Fair.
Nice.
they sledgehammer so well. And I'm wearing metal armor, so all I hear is like things come up to me, this thunk, 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 and I'm like, thunk? Anyway, it's been fun. So, and we should be back next week for both games, theoretically. So, thanks for joining us. See you later. Crazy stuff next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.